Hey there everyone, it's Joe and
Matt
from Bullion Now, bullionnow.com.au, selling you the best bullion bars and coins, shipped to you worldwide from Melbourne in Australia, and occasionally some numismatic stuff as well. I think we're going to call this the Then and Now segment. Something like that.
I like it, Joe. I like it a lot.
What are we doing?
Well, I'm constantly being asked about numismatic coins and specifically for information and advice. So people say, Matt, this is your field. Tell me what I should be buying. What should I be looking at? So I thought I'd give you a very brief overview of some of my collections. Some of the hits, maybe some of the misses.
Okay, so this is like how have they fared later on down the track?
Yeah,
all right, cool.
absolutely.
All right, what are we looking at?
All right, so to kick things off, we'll start with what I would consider a win in terms of growth, price growth specifically. This is the 2021 Redback Spider coin.
Ooh.
So this was produced by the Royal Australian Mint. It was originally issued as a bullion coin and it was a hit. And I think as a result, they went back to the well and produced the same coin again, but this time as a coloured proof. The vast majority of this coin went overseas with only a small amount remaining for sale in Australia.
Oh, wow, cool.
And I think they were snapped up in all of 2 minutes when they went up for launch.
Now, did you get one at launch?
I did. So I was sitting around and another friend of mine actually got in touch and said, oh, you need to get onto this because they know that I'm interested in this kind of thing. I took their advice and picked it up for about, I think it was about $130 when they were released. They now sell for around about $500.
Wow.
Yeah, so a beautiful design. I think some of the interest may have been a carryover from the very famous 2006 Redback Spider, which is about an $800 coin now.
Wow.
Also a 1 ounce silver. So the Redback seems to be a winner.
That is fantastic. All right,
Yeah.
cool. Well, that's an example of a winner.
Yes.
Let's talk loser territory.
Let's dive into, and we need to be gentle with the term loser, right? Because I love all this stuff.
Very
but
true, absolutely.
When people think about collectible coins, they just think everything going through the roof in value. And this is a coin that was a coin set that was highly anticipated. It was a Banjo Paterson 50-cent gold-plated trio.
Okay.
So it came in a box. Not everyone was able to get them in the boxes. They were also issued individually for about $15 or $20 each.
Okay.
So there are a couple of the really famous poems from
cool.
Banjo Paterson, and they each have a gold-plated 50-cent coin. And I thought it was a great series, and in the lead-up, the interest was through the roof. At that time, I was working in the numismatic field, and the phone was ringing off the hook for pre-orders and things like that. It came out and has done nothing. So you can still pick these up for around about the issue price of about $50.
There you go.
So it's a good example of how not everything is a winner.
Yes.
And yeah, the term winner can be subjective, right? So
well,
if you have
that's
an
exactly
interest
right.
in Banjo Paterson, in Australian poetry,
history, you're an absolute winner.
Yeah, and that's it, right? So regardless of what they do in the secondary market, these are beautiful coins. Objectively, I would say these are stunning 50-cent coins.
Absolutely.
And any time that there is something a little out of the ordinary, you'll probably find me getting in the mix. So
enough.
something that didn't go up in value, but is still
in fiat dollar value, but mate,
Exactly.
people get their value in other ways. So
anytime I look at these coins, it brings a smile to my face.
Absolutely.
So I think if you look at your collection and smile, you're a winner in my books.
oh mate, the words to live by.
Absolutely.
All right, let's take
Power on.
on.
I said to Joe before we started this, I need to control myself. And when he suggested this video, I said I need to be very picky with my collection because it's an extensive collection and I love them all for different reasons. But
How long did it take you to choose which ones to bring in?
I opened up only a small portion of the collection to do this video, Joe.
Okay.
I did not dive through all of them, and we're only looking at modern coins here.
Okay,
so if we went into the older stuff, we would be here for many hours.
So what are we looking at?
We are now we've moved from the Royal Australian Mint, the previous two releases, to the Perth Mint.
Beautiful.
This is the 2020 30th anniversary Kookaburra.
Absolutely.
So I've said it before in other videos that this is by far my favourite of the Kookaburra series. So this one is the 5 ounce silver gilded proof.
Gilded proof. Is it also a concave nature?
I believe
bit
it's like a
concave-ish?
high relief, yeah.
High
So
relief,
you're
yeah.
going to see that
Yeah.
the level of detail there is
that's
really
amazing.
impressive. It
I'll just-
almost looks like it's coming off
If you
the...
keep it still, I'll try and get it
Yeah,
out of
sure.
the light there. That is beautiful. Look, we may or may not get additional footage. I'm not quite sure. Possibly, but who knows? If we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. But look at the detail in that. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, so
Definitely high relief.
I love this coin. And this series in particular, I was a fanboy from the get-go.
Me
so
too.
I was actually...
Me too.
It came out when I was a customer of Bullion now.
Aha.
So I was one of those people that was coming into the store to buy the Bullion series.
Yep.
And I got the proof releases as well. They did one for the World Money Fair over in Berlin.
Mm-hmm.
I picked that one up, a coloured one. And they also did a 2-ounce gilded, which is incredible.
Nice.
This is another one that I would describe as a winner. So I think I paid about $500 for this one. It's probably worth about $800 now.
Oh, that's
So-
pretty good.
Yeah, so
That's great.
a modest increase, but I would imagine something that over time is only going to get better because it is a really, really nice release and I love it. All right, so moving on to, in the same theme, going from winner, loser. I use that term very loosely because this is, once again, one of my favourite parts of my collection. It combines my love of silver, my love of numismatics, and my love of philately, which is
Where?
stamps.
Stamps. Okay, cool. Awesome. What are we looking at?
So this is a half-ounce silver replica of Australia's first national stamp, which was the kangaroo and map.
Oh, cool.
So this came out as a result of a design competition which was held. So there was a need for a national stamp. Prior to that, we had some state-based postage stamps.
Yep.
And there was a competition with over 100 submissions. There was no clear winner, so they ended up doing a combination of two submissions. One being the kangaroo, the other being the map of Australia.
Very cool.
And so you have a $10 face value modern version of the stamp.
Yep, on the
and
right-hand side, yep.
Yep, and then a half-ounce silver replica of the stamp itself.
Wow.
So in terms of a lot of the things that generally we look at as determining factors of the value of a numismatic item, it has the rarity, the history, it's something different. Oh, it had everything going for it in terms of a release, and it just did not go up in value.
That's it.
So I'll have a look here. The RRP was $90. You could probably pick this up for about $80 now.
Wow.
But
again, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
I love it. It's not going anywhere. It makes for a beautiful display. The way they've done this stand, it's sort of, the lid becomes the stand.
Yeah.
So I just think
Oh,
it's...
right. Okay, yeah, cool.
So it's got a sort of groove
Yeah, nice.
in there. It sits in nicely.
Cool.
You've got a little certificate.
Right.
And yeah, I'm sure there are people that think, you know, this is a very overpriced half ounce of silver.
But here's the thing, right? If in a situation where silver was to have a huge dip in the price, your retail price of this is not really going to go down.
No.
Hardly at all. Maybe, like you said, maybe $10.
Yep.
Something like that. So they can actually maintain their value in a dip in price.
Yeah.
So it seems more stable, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I would argue that that is the case. But in terms of people's expectations for tremendous
right.
growth
Yes.
in this industry, there are examples where, in my mind, as a numismatist, a product can have everything going for it. It can be a great design, a great concept, and then the secondary market just don't take it
not
up.
having a bar. Yeah,
So
fair enough.
it can represent a great opportunity for people like myself.
Yep.
I pick these kind of things up and enjoy them. So, you know, there are certainly opportunities to pick up interesting things at a reasonable price. So, yeah, that's another example of a Perth Mint product.
Beautiful.
Now,
how many do we have left?
one.
Oh, okay. There
One
it is.
more.
Please tell me, and I'm sure you did, you saved the best to last, right?
I did. This is my
Yeah.
personal favourite. Woo! I love it. And this also ties in with a couple of queries we've had recently relating to CIT products,
CIT, okay.
which stands for Coin Invest Trust.
What's Coin Invest Trust?
This company produce a lot of really interesting and unique coins.
Okay.
So I'll leave it at that without getting too deep down the rabbit hole.
Okay.
This was the outer boxes are a little lacking, but they make up for it with the product. So this was a Nanolife coin. Nanolife with the whole evolution process.
Whoa.
It also has a microchip on there with additional information. So if you
What?
bust out your microscope, you can do a little bit of learning there as well.
You're joking.
Yeah, so
That's
this is
cool.
a
Look at
50
that.
gram silver proof, and that type of thing just does a lot for me.
Wow.
I really enjoy
it. It gets the motor going.
It does indeed, and they've done a few different coins of this nature and in this series, and I love all of them.
Okay.
And to be honest, I haven't done a great deal of research in terms of value because
Oh, okay.
it's not going to get sold anytime soon.
That's
this is
interesting.
another part of my private collection.
So we don't even care what it may be valued at now.
I couldn't care less, you know.
Good on you.
You wouldn't get this, you couldn't get it from me for, $1,000. I don't even know what I paid
Couldn't
for it. It
pry
may have
it
been
from your cold dead hands.
not at all. I love this kind of stuff,
Awesome.
and I like the innovative nature of these types of products.
Would you be kind enough? Are you willing to take it out?
Absolutely.
And, let's see the other side, please.
I'm suspecting it'll be Queenie.
Oh,
there
it'll be
you
Queenie.
go.
Okay,
So it's
all
Cook
right.
Islands, issued under the
Hermage.
Cook Islands. Yep.
Okay, her match, right?
The Ian Rank Broadley. That's his initials down there, just below her neck.
Yep.
IRB.
Yep. Beautiful.
Yeah.
That is amazing. And just out of interest, how many were minted? What does it say there?
That's a good question. The certificate should probably reveal all. It was 1,000.
Okay.
Yeah, so not a huge mintage, but then again, things like these are quite niche. So the areas of this that appeal to me are detractions from, I don't know what the word is. It may be a turn off for some people.
Okay.
To put it bluntly.
Sure.
Some people, things like this don't fit in with the theme of their collection.
Yep.
They don't like things that aren't issued under Australian government. So, yeah, it's something different. I love it.
Yep.
I enjoy it. And
Can we ask what you paid for it originally?
I think it was about $350.
Okay, all right.
So I am fairly confident it has gone up in value.
All right.
But
Do you want one of our sleuthing subscribers to find out and maybe sneakily let you know what it's worth now?
have a dig around.
right.
I imagine if I were to have a guess, I imagine it would be about a $500 coin,
Okay.
but I may be mistaken.
Well, we'll soon find out. Someone's
Yeah.
going to let you know, that's
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely.
Beautiful. Anything else we need to know?
No, well, I think my motivation behind this sort of display is to demonstrate that coin collecting for someone like myself is all about the actual coin itself. I'm not looking at this purely as an investment or a way to flip things. I buy these things because I love it and I enjoy it. And if you don't pull out your coins and smile when you look at them, this is probably not the hobby for you.
I absolutely agree. Couldn't agree more. That is
Yeah.
fantastic. Mate, once again, you're a veritable treasure trove of information and enthusiasm. We love it here at Bullion Now. That's it, gang. Beautiful then and now. Hope this whets your appetite a little bit. Maybe you want to get into some of the numismatic stuff if you haven't previously. And of course, if you want to, you can contact us at bullionnow.com.au, 1300 84 84 10, sales at bullionnow.com.au. You can even ask to speak to Matt as well.
Can
if you want to
indeed.
talk numis stuff. You can also head over to our sister company, which is littlecoinshop.com.au, because that's where they've got the big range of all the numismatic stuff. All right, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, as we always say. And as always, that's it from me.
And from me,
We'll see you soon.
thanks.